The garden that grew while you slept, waking from timeless rest. You do not wake so much as you return. There is no sharp moment when sleep ends and the world begins again. There is only the quiet sense that you are here inside your body, inside the night, still wrapped in something soft and unhurried. Behind you, the room with the clock remains exactly as you left it. The clock face is still. No hands move, no seconds passed. Time is not waiting for you. Noiraine stretches nearby. Not the small kind of stretch people do when they are about to rush into something. The long, luxurious stretch of a creature who is completely satisfied with how the night has been spent. She arches her back, extends her front paws, lifts her face toward the ceiling as though greeting nothing in particular. Then she settles again and blinks at you, slow and calm. Morning has not come. The night remains deep, generous, unbroken by any hint of urgency. There is no pressure in the air, no sense of having slept too long or not enough. No invisible hand reaching for your attention. Your body is still resting inside itself. The muscles in your shoulders are loose. Your jaw hangs comfortably. Your breath moves low and steady, uncounted. Your mind is quiet. Not empty, peaceful, the kind of quiet that does not come from effort, but on something finally being finished. You stand when it feels right, not because the moment demands it, because your body has returned to itself and remembers how to move. Noiraine rises and walks toward the door. You follow, not in a hurry, not lingering either. The room releases you without comment. As you step back onto the street of forgetting, the night receives you like an old friend who has been keeping watch. The lamps still glow. The stones still hold their warmth. The buildings remain leaned gently toward the road, as though listening. And you notice something else. Not a thought, a feeling. Something important happened while you were not watching. Your body knows this before your mind does. There is a new lightness in your chest, not the fragile kind, the settled kind, the sort of lightness that arrives when work has been done in the background, quietly, without asking for recognition. Your limbs feel different too, as though they have been restored to their natural weight. Your steps are easy. Your balance is sure. There is no sense of effort in the act of standing here, breathing, being. Noiraine walks beside you, her tail swaying lazily, her paws touching the stones, as though she is reacquainting herself with the world. She looks entirely content. The street seems to agree. The air is soft. The night remains untroubled. Nothing in the world appears to be in a hurry, and you are not either. You do not know what has changed. You do not need to. Your body already carries the knowing. Something important happened while you were not watching. The truth of that settles gently inside your chest as you walk forward, unhurried, present, and completely at home in the quiet of the night. At first, you cannot name it. The street of forgetting looks exactly the way it always has. The same lamps, the same stone, the same quiet buildings leaning in from either side, content to remain exactly where they are. And yet, something is different. You feel it in the air before you see it. A faint sweetness, a softness that was not here before. Not a smell you can point to, just a sense that the night itself has learned a new word and is speaking it gently. Noiraine notices. She pauses, lifts her face, and draws the air into her nose in a slow, deliberate breath. Her whiskers twitch. She looks at you, not with concern, with approval. You walk on. The stones beneath your feet no longer feel quite so cold. They seem receptive, as though they have been holding something warm inside themselves and are finally allowing it to show. The lamplight has changed too, not in brightness, in color. There is the faintest hint of green in it now, as though the night has remembered the language of leaves and is beginning to speak it again. Your body responds without asking why. Your breath deepens. Your chest softens. Your shoulders lower another fraction. The night smells faintly of rain, but beneath it there is something else now. Something alive. You do not remember doing anything to cause this. You do not remember planting anything. You do not remember asking for change. You simply slept. And yet the street is different. Noiraine moves closer to one of the walls and pauses. Her nose lowers toward the stone. She touches it with her whiskers. Then she steps back and sits, as if satisfied. You follow her gaze. There, at the base of the wall, between two stones that have always been there, a tiny line of green has appeared. Not bright, not dramatic. A small, living thread pushing its way up from the narrowest crack. A plant. You did not put it there. You know this. Your hands are empty. Your pockets hold nothing. There are no tools, no soil, no water. The plant is simply present. You walk a little further and begin to see more. A faint dusting of moss along the edge of a doorway. A delicate curl of ivy tracing the outline of a lamppost. The suggestion of a flower opening itself between the stones, as though it has always belonged there. The street has not become a garden yet, but it is becoming one. You feel a strange, gentle wonder move through you. Not excitement, recognition. As if some part of your body has been waiting a long time to see this happen again. You stop walking. Not because the moment tells you to, because your body wants to stand still inside it. The air around you feels thicker with life, not loud life, patient life, the kind that does not announce itself, but simply grows. You do not feel responsible for it. You do not feel the need to help it along. You only feel the truth of something settling inside you. This happened while you were not watching, while you were resting, while you were breathing, while you were sleeping inside a room where time had forgotten to move. Noiraine remains beside you, entirely unconcerned by the miracle unfolding around her. She blinks slowly. Her tail curls around her paws. The street of forgetting continues to glow softly, its stones beginning, very quietly, to remember the shape of living things. You do not go looking for the garden. You simply keep walking. This is the strange thing about it. Nothing in you feels like it needs to search. Nothing is scanning the street of forgetting for proof of what has changed. Your body is content to move forward and notice whatever is there. And then you see it. A single green shoot pushing its way up between two stones in the road. It is small, so small that you might have missed it if the night had not already been leaning in your direction. The leaf is bright with dew, a perfect curve of living color against the dark, weathered stone. There is no soil around it, no sign of disturbance. The stones have simply shifted. The world has not been rearranged to make room. Life has simply arrived. Noiraine stops beside it. She lowers her head, studies the shoot with serious attention, then blinks slowly, satisfied. She does not touch it. She does not sniff it. She does not interfere. She simply acknowledges its presence and moves on. You follow, and then you begin to see more. A small patch of moss clinging to the base of a wall that has been bare for as long as you can remember. A thin vine curling upward along the edge of a lamppost, its leaves unfurling with quiet confidence. A cluster of pale flowers opening themselves in a place where only shadows used to live. The street is not bursting into bloom. It is remembering how to grow. You walk slowly now, not because you are afraid of disturbing anything, because you are aware of how gently this is all happening. You did not plan this. You did not prepare the ground. You did not choose the seeds. You did not water, prune, manage, or direct anything. You slept. You rested inside a room where the clock forgot to tick. And while you were not watching, something began to grow. Your body recognizes this truth with a strange, quiet relief. Not hope, not excitement, permission. You are not required to supervise your own healing. The thoughts drift through you without words. Noiraine steps lightly over a new patch of green where the stones have already begun to part for roots. They do not resist. She sits nearby and looks back at you. Her eyes are calm. Her presence says, "See?" It knows what to do. The air feels richer here, not thick, alive. You breathe it in and feel your chest respond, opening in a way that has nothing to do with effort. The garden is spreading. Not quickly, confidently, along the edges of buildings, along the bases of lamps, through the cracks the world once tried to hide. You feel no urgency to map it, no desire to control where it goes, no instinct to improve it. The street of forgetting is becoming something else entirely, and you are allowed to simply witness it. Something loosens in your shoulders. Something softens behind your eyes. The old habit of managing every change fades. You do not have to be the one who makes things better. You do not have to be the one who keeps everything alive. You are allowed to receive what grows. Noiraine rises and walks on, the smallest smile in the curve of her whiskers. You follow. The first green shoot remains behind you, already surrounded by new life. As you continue down the street, the garden continues to arrive. The garden does not wait for permission. It continues its quiet work as you walk. Along the edges of the street, the stones have begun to soften their hard lines. Small vines curl around their corners. Moss spreads like a gentle memory, covering places the night once forgot. The lamps remain standing, but their bases are now wrapped in green, their light filtering through leaves that were not here before you slept. No one is tending this. There are no tools, no watering cans, no careful hands rearranging the growth. The garden is returning on its own. You stop for a moment and take in the street as it is now, not a place that has been transformed, a place that has been allowed. Noiraine steps into the growing green without hesitation, her paws brushing soft leaves, her tail flicking through new blossoms that open themselves in her passing. She does not try to avoid the plants. She does not protect them. She trusts them. She sits among the flowers and begins to purr, not loudly, not as a signal, simply because this is where she belongs. You feel something inside your chest loosen, a long-held belief, old and heavy, finally setting itself down. You are not required to manage your own restoration. You do not have to supervise your healing. You do not have to stay awake and vigilant for life to return. The garden does not need a gardener. It needs conditions. And the conditions were made while you were sleeping, while you were resting beneath a clock that forgot to tick, while your nervous system stopped bracing for the next demand. Life returns to gentleness, not control. You walk a little further and see that growth is not random. It follows the shape of the street. It curves where the road curves. It settles where the buildings lean in. It climbs the places that have always been reaching upward. The garden is not trying to be beautiful. It is being alive. Noiraine rises and pads towards you, and then past you, then settles again in a place where flowers have begun to rise around her like a quiet audience. Her purr deepens. You realize you are breathing differently. Your chest feels wider. Your breath moves deeper. Your shoulders have dropped again, without you noticing the moment it happened. The garden is teaching your body, not with instructions, with presence. You do not have to be the one who makes things grow. You are allowed to rest inside the growth. A small flower opens at your feet. Another follows. You do not bend to touch them. You do not feel responsible for their survival. You simply stand where you are and let the night show you what happens when the world is no longer pressured into staying the same. The street of forgetting is becoming something new, not because you tried, because you stopped trying and life returned. You do not think about what the garden means. Your body understands it before your mind has time to form a question. As you stand among the growing green, something in your chest opens, not suddenly, naturally, as if the space inside you has been waiting for this same permission. Your breath deepens. Your shoulders soften. The muscles along your spine release another quiet layer of holding. You feel taller without effort, lighter without trying. The garden is not only on the street, it is inside you. You realize this not as a metaphor, but as a sensation. Your nervous system responds to the presence of life the way soil responds to rain. Not with thought, with readiness, with memory. Your body has always known how to heal. It learned this before language, before instruction, before anyone told you that healing was something you had to manage. You stand among the flowers and feel something ancient moving through your bones. Not urgency, not effort. Restoration. Old wounds in your chest soften, not because you have solved them, but because the conditions are finally kind. The places inside you that have been tight for years loosen their grip. Your jaw unclenches. Your belly softens. Your hands open at your sides, empty and relaxed. The garden grows around you and inside you at the same time, not demanding anything, not asking you to keep watch, just returning. You remember something important without words. You are not broken. You were waiting for gentleness. Noiraine moves closer and brushes against your leg, her fur warm and steady. She settles near your feet, curling herself among the new green as if this has always been her home. Her purr is deep and slow, a living vibration that your body recognizes as safety. The night continues its quiet work. A new vine curls around the base of a lamp. A cluster of blossoms opens against the side of a doorway. You feel the same thing happening inside your chest, along your ribs, behind your eyes. The tightness that once lived there dissolves, not into nothing, but into space. Breath moves freely through that space. The garden is not fixing you. It is reminding you how to live. You do not need to participate. You do not need to do anything to make this continue. Your growth does not require your attention. It requires only the conditions that already exist: rest, safety, gentleness. Your body is absorbing the lesson now. Healing continues without you, even when you sleep, even when you stop trying, even when you are not watching. You close your eyes for a moment, not from tiredness, but from a strange, quiet gratitude that has no story attached to it. When you open them again, the garden is still growing. The street of forgetting is becoming something alive and soft and welcoming, and your body, at last, is becoming the same. There is a place where the garden thickens, not in one dramatic burst, but in the quiet way life gathers when it is no longer being resisted. The street of forgetting curves gently here, and the buildings lean inward as if to shelter what is growing between them. The lamplight falls through the leaves now, casting soft, shifting patterns on the stones. The air tastes faintly sweet, faintly green. Noiraine leads you there without hurrying. She walks as though she has always known where the garden would be most comfortable. Her tail sways slowly. Her paws step lightly over moss that cushions the stone like a memory of softness returning. You follow, not because you need to arrive anywhere, but because it feels natural to move toward this gentleness. In the center of this curve in the street, the stones are almost hidden beneath the first layer of living things. Moss spreads like velvet. Small flowers open in clusters. Healing is what life does when it is no longer being forced to survive. You sit quietly, and the garden continues to grow. A leaf unfurls somewhere near your shoulder. A flower opens at the edge of your vision. The moss spreads in a slow, patient way, covering stone like a soft apology for how hard the world can be. Noiraine remains beside you, purring steadily, her eyes half closed, her body completely relaxed. She is not guarding the garden from you. She is guarding you from the belief that you must earn what is being given. The lamplight shifts slightly as the leaves move in a gentle breeze. Not the wind of storms, the wind of breath, the wind of life continuing. Your body responds. A warmth spreads through your chest. The tightness behind your eyes softens. The small muscles in your forehead relax. Even your thoughts become quieter, not because you are trying to calm them, but because the world is no longer demanding they stay sharp. You begin to feel heavy in the best possible way. Anchored, supported, resting. The garden does not pause while you rest. It does not require your attention to continue. It does not stop growing if you close your eyes. It simply goes on, patient and sure. This is the proof your body needs, that life returns anyway, that restoration happens in the background, that the world does not fall apart when you stop managing it for a while. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to sleep. You are allowed to let healing happen without supervising it. Noiraine's purr deepens. The flowers remain open. The moss continues its quiet spread. The street of forgetting holds you in the gentle curve of green life. And somewhere inside your body, the same slow growth is happening too. Not because you are doing it right, because you are finally allowed to stop doing. Nothing more is required of you tonight. The garden is already growing. The street of forgetting is already changing. Life is already returning. You do not need to tend it. You do not need to guide it. You do not need to stay awake to make sure it continues. Healing is happening even now. Noiraine remains beside you, curled among the flowers, her purr steady and low, a quiet engine of calm that your body recognizes as safety. The lamplight glows softly through leaves that were not here before you slept. The air is warm with the scent of new life. The stones beneath you are cushioned by moss that spreads without being told to. You breathe in, out, and while you breathe, the garden grows. You do not have to participate. You do not have to do it correctly. You do not have to earn this. The garden does not ask for effort. It only asks for peace. And peace is already here. If they fade, that is fine too. If sleep arrives now, it will be welcomed. The night does not require you to watch over it. The world does not require you to remain alert for life to continue. The garden will grow while you sleep. It will grow if you wake in the night. It will grow if you forget this place entirely. It will grow in the dark. It will grow in silence. It will grow because life does. You are allowed to rest inside that truth. You are allowed to be carried by it. Noiraine keeps watch. The flowers remain open. The street of forgetting holds its gentle curve of green. And you are no longer required to do anything at all. Good night, dear one. The garden is growing.